Hello, it's Tamara Hunter, and today is day number 70 of 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. And I am beyond honored and actually very humbled to share today's service hero with you. It's my new and now dear friend, Janet Zipper. Janet is someone that I have actually come across and without even knowing, met a couple of times here in the circles of Southern California. That some of the people that are out there making a difference are attending different events. And wait until I show you guys something I found. I think you'll laugh and have some fun with me on this. But I want to welcome Janet to today's show, and I want to thank you for what it is that you're doing. A little bit more. She is not only a radio show host, a TV, YouTube channel host, actually a couple of different shows. She's an author, a coach, and just just an amazing woman. So welcome, Janet.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I'm so excited to be on your show. Thank you for having me. And, I'm excited to be here.
Well, thank you. I am so excited too. And in fact, we already have someone in the house. Lemuel, LA Lim is in the house.
I love
one of our favorites, Lemuel, and he's also a service hero. So I'm going to put it so that everybody can see the spelling of your name and everything. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how it is that you got involved in the shows and the books and the coaching that you're doing?
Okay, well, I've never shared my story with anyone publicly. Everyone always sees me on Facebook. They see how happy I am. I'm always posting positive things. They just see this happy-go-lucky person who's enjoying her life. What they don't know is my story. I've had a lot of horrific things happen to me. I've had more terrible things happen to me than most people would have in their lifetime. But you can't tell because I'm happy and and I choose to live my life, and every day is special. When I was 18 years old, I was date raped. Then that was a horrific experience for me. I had to get over that. Then I got married to a man who was an alcoholic. He verbally and emotionally abused me. And the last thing was that he almost, killed me and when he was drunk. So I left him. And then I went from that to a second marriage where the person was controlling and manipulative. So I decided that I was going to go on a journey to discover who I was. And I just said, you know what? I don't even know who I am. I've been in these situations where I've had terrible things happen to me. So I have to find out, what it is. Why did I go through that? And how can I empower myself and help myself so that I can help others? Because I've always been the kind of person who loves to help others. I've always had this gift where people would come to me for advice. So I started my journey, and I went to therapy, and I discovered who I was. I was by myself. I've been divorced now for 8 years, and I went on this journey where I discovered so many things about myself that I didn't know. I didn't know that the reason why I got into these kind of relationships was because I had really low self-esteem. When I was little, I was bullied a lot because I'm petite. I'm only 4'11", and I was bullied. And I actually have a story that I used to walk to school 30 minutes just to avoid going on the school bus because there was a girl on the school bus who used to bully me. So I would get up an extra half an hour earlier and I would walk home. Oh, I'm sure a lot of people can, relate to the bullying. So right. I've had a lot of different things happen to me.
Well, I want to say thank you for sharing your story, and I am beyond humbled and honored that you feel safe enough to share it here in this forum. The fact that you are being recognized as a service hero, and then you're being so vulnerable to share some of the things that you've held on to for a number of years. I can't even tell you, I'm about ready to start misting up and crying. I mean, seriously, I want to honor this in such a way for people to understand how vulnerable Janet is being right now. And I just want to say I love you for this,
Oh,
because
thank
I know, and many of us know out there what it is like to have been through some things that are bigger than what most people feel they could deal with. And it's not always easy to share those things. And many
you.
times those people out there that are either, the ones that are always smiling or the ones that are always joking are oftentimes the ones that have some type of a hurt in them, right?
Yes, exactly. And then, that's one of the things that I discovered was that a lot of these things that happened to me, I had very low self-esteem. I had low self-worth. I didn't value myself, and it started from a childhood thing because of the teasing and the bullying, and so I kind of like fell prey to people who would abuse me, and I didn't recognize that abuse. I went from one abuse to the next, and I had to sit down and stop and say, why are these same things happening to me over and over again, and how can I stop it? I'm going to take my power back, and that's why I named my book "Embrace Your Power," because if I took my power back and I changed my life, so can others, because you are in control, basically. You really are. And
Right.
it's up to you. And one of the things that I tell people is that when you stay in victim mentality, like, oh my God, this happened to me, it's terrible, I'm never going to forgive that person, I'm never going to be able to move on. Well, you're giving your power away to that person. That person has you in bondage. My motto is, when people do things to me, I forgive them, I release them, I love them, and I move on. That's
Awesome.
that's what I
I
do.
love it. Because it's taking that power back. And that is what is so important. I think that in your story, to highlight a few different things I would like to, with permission, and that is,
Sure.
how important it is for people to understand that, a lot of people are talking about bullying this, nowadays. And I think some people don't really see it for what it is. They think it is, oh, well, you're, the obvious bullying. But the
Yeah.
psychological and the emotional bullying of what could seem like such a little act to some can be what the difference is in someone else for their self-esteem, and having to do this work to take their power back, correct?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And a lot of people don't realize too that they stay in victim mentality for years, and they just constantly are talking about what happened to them, and they don't move on so they can heal. They're still stuck. They're stuck, and they're stuck in all this anger, and anger causes, a lot. As you know, anger causes a lot of diseases. I was
Yes.
so sick. I mean, let me tell you how sick I was. I had sinus infection after sinus infection, kidney infections. I was in and out of the hospital for years. I'm proud to say that I have not been sick in 6 years.
That is
I
so
haven't had
awesome. and
anything.
and you've been doing your show and all of this for 6 years, right?
Exactly. No
So
colds, no
there's been
flu,
a
nothing.
correlation. I love this. I found this on your page. Your life isn't behind you. Your memories are behind you. What prompted you to put this together? It's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, because so many people had said to me, "Oh, my life is over. I went through this terrible thing, and I can't go. I can't move forward." And I was telling them, "No, you know what? Your life is not. Your life is waiting for you. It's waiting for you. There's so much out there for you. If I could do it, you can too." I mean, there was time. I mean, I never told this to anyone, but I actually was suicidal. When I was married to my first ex-husband, he abused me so much. He would tell me, "You're lucky that I even want to be with you." He used to tell me that I was ugly every day. He used to tell me that I wasn't worth anything. And, so people don't realize when you're beaten down like that, how it affects you. And you
Right.
start to believe these lies. And so, you have to take your power back. And if I could allow those memories to, keep hindering me from moving forward, and I said, you know what? No, You know, I'm not. My life is ahead of me.
Right?
That's
Like
his
you have
fault, not mine.
right. Your life is always ahead of you. Today is a new day. Seize it. I love
Yes.
that. I absolutely do. In fact, I want to highlight a couple of those things. Like we were just at an event and I just thought you sparkled and shine. Here you are right there.
I'm
Um,
dancing away.
in your pink and shiny dress over at the Kiss the Monkeys event that was
Yeah.
all about helping to support nonprofits and socialites come to the social world. I love it, and you were right there in the mix of it. And in
Yes.
fact, we have. I'm gonna bring our names down for a moment, and I'm gonna share some
Okay.
of. We've got some wonderful things being said. First of all, we've got Sharon in the house. She's one of our ambassadors for the Buddies movement, and there's one of our buddies. He's just so wonderful.
Yeah.
His story it's so inspiring also. And then we've got Tina Larson Hall. Thank you. Thank you for the hugs and the kind words and
Yeah.
um and the power that Lemuel has, to
Yeah.
just the words that he comes up and yeah, it was what a night. In fact, I've got another picture I'm going to share of you guys, because it's something that I pulled, and I know I'm being a little social here, but guys, there's a reason for this. I want to really exemplify and share why it is that I'm sharing so much of this with Janet, and it's not to make her look like, oh, she's such a socialite, which in a way she is, and she's really out there and she's making a difference. But to think about what she shared with us, and then the fact that she is now living her life in such a way that she's doing these fun things, but also, I captured, you give back, don't you? You go out
Yeah.
there. This is one of the projects that you're involved with helping to feed the homeless, right?
Yes. Yes. It's dear to my heart. You know.
Yeah. And so, I wanted to let people know that, no matter what is happening in your life, because, many of us have been there in situations that we need to turn around. And sometimes it seems larger than life. It really can. However, highlighting Janet as a service hero and out there what she's doing, and we haven't even really got into it, but just in regards to her life, sharing her life like she has. She's been out here 6 years in the media, and today she shared something she's been holding deep inside of her and close to her heart, her life's journey. Well, now she's letting that go too, and she's sharing it with all of us to say, hey, I've been there and I've done that. I've been highlighting others that have been there and done that, but now it's my turn. It's my turn to say I've done it. And look at, not look at where I'm at like, oh, so boastful, but look at you too can have what it is that is your dream. You can make a difference in your life, right? Isn't that
Yes.
it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I tell people the only person that's stopping you is you. There are no
Exactly.
limits.
So you have Embrace Your Power with Janet Zipper. That's an iHeartRadio show.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
pretty big. How did that all come about?
You know, I just have to tell you that all these things just happen. It's magic. I mean, my goal is to help people. I just want to help as many people as possible. That's why I use my radio show. I post, motivational posts every day. You know, if I could just reach one person and touch them and say, you know what, it's going to be okay. You know, you can get through this, and to share inspirational, motivational stories, to share my motivational posts. And what a lot of people don't know is that when I post something, it comes from my heart. Like I'll find a meme that goes with what I want to share. And it happens just magically. I always seem to just find something. I wake up in the morning and it just comes to me what I want to share. And that's how my book came about. My book, Embrace Your Power. I had probably like about more than 100 people reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn saying, I love your posts, but I was looking for this one and the feed went and I can't find it anymore. Can you I wish there was a way that you had it in book format. So what I did is I went back through all my social media for the last 6 years, and let me tell you, it was not an easy thing to do. I had to go through all the posts that people liked, and then I had to reach out to those people and ask them, what post was it that you liked, And so I put this book together of all the best motivational posts that I wrote, the ones that people loved and really responded to, that they resonated with. So it took me about a year to do it. So I just published it in January.
Now, how can they get a hold of your book?
I'm on Amazon. If you Google me, Janet Zipper, you'll find me. It's easy to find me. I have a very unique name.
Yeah, you do. You do. I've known only a few that have like really unique names that it's like, okay, yeah, you're the only one out there. I got it. I love your logo. I just needed to bring it up because now, did you create that yourself?
Actually, no. I had Robert Clayton made it for me. He does. Do you know who he is?
I do. I know who he is. Yes.
Yes, he's a sweetheart, and he created that for me. And he also created the intro music for my show. So he's a real sweetheart. He's also gone through a lot too.
I love this backdrop. I just love everything about it. I mean, the colors are so beautiful. They all represent what you're doing. Hats off to you. Okay, I told you that I found something, and I'm going to bring it up here. And you're gone. Let me bring you back up. Just a moment. Still learning how to work all of this. Okay, you're here. Okay, now look at this. Okay, we did not know each other. There you are with Dante at the Easy Way. I think that was the broadcast. That was the launch.
Yes.
There I am right here behind you. Isn't that a small world event? I mean, in fact, I'm going to bring it up. It doesn't show well that way. Let's see if we can do it that way. I just thought that was, I'm looking through there. I'm like, I know her. I know both of them. That's amazing. So
that's so funny, right?
Yeah. So guys, you never know. It's that you never know when you're out somewhere that, be careful, because it might be one day you don't know someone and then the next day you do. And then with social media, you can see, I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, and I was doing red carpet interviews, and I don't know, did I interview you? I don't remember.
You very well could have. It would be interesting to look back into the footage and see, because that was my very first red carpet.
Wow.
I had never done it, because I'm so new to all of this. I'm coming at it from such a different place, because I'm out there with a cause and a nonprofit, trying to get the word out and going out there. And they were like, oh, you go through the red carpet. And I'm thinking, is me? Okay. And I'm like, and Dante was really sweet enough to even help me to even my first pose to figure out how to, because so awkward for me, I'm learning, but guys, we all have our thing. All right. So I thought that was a lot of fun. I'm going to bring up one more thing, because I really love this. And that is, is this like one of your mottos, or?
Yes, it is. It is. I smile. It's true. I smile because I've overcome everything the world has thrown at me. I smile because when I was knocked down, I chose to get back up. And that's the thing. A lot of people get knocked down and they don't get back up. And I've gotten back up many times. I've had to start over 4 different times in my life. I've moved cross country twice. So, yeah. The things that I've gone through, like I said, most people are shocked when they find that of the things I've gone through, and they were like, oh my gosh, if you could do it, I can do it. And that's why I want to empower people, to show them, look, you know what? If I've been knocked down many times, but you know what? I've chose to get right back up.
And you do that by telling other people's stories. Isn't that what your radio show, your TV show, and everything's all about? Is that you you are shining a beautiful, glowing, warm light on those people that have had an issue and have a story to share that will enable others to feel strength. Isn't that what it's all about?
Yes, exactly. I want to showcase people that, everyone has a story. And some people, just it's incredible. I love to hear people's stories. Like sometimes I cry. Like my co-host tonight, I have a co-host now. Her name is Gail Glassner. Sometimes we're not videotaping it, and we have tears in our eyes. We're just like looking at each other, like, oh my God, like incredible,
Mm-hmm.
incredible.
Exactly. And you know what? The thing about people's stories is that stories resonate with people. You can give facts and figures all days, right? But the stories are the things that can really help us with life lessons, aren't they?
Absolutely, yes. And we had people say to us, "Oh my gosh, I was listening to that one, interview you had, and that really helped me. I was able to resonate with that, and it completely helped me. Thank you so much." So when I get that kind of feedback, it just makes me so happy because I said, "Oh my gosh, that one person was touched, even if it's just one person, it makes a difference."
Exactly. And that's what a servant's heart, a real service hero's heart is all about. Is it's not about what the glory is for yourself. It's not what the glory is for the masses. It's what you can do to help one person. And if you can do that, you have been a true servant. You have serviced and been a service hero. And so I I just am so privileged to know you. I am so honored that you felt as though you were ready to share your own personal story and that you did that here. I will forever remember and forever be grateful that this was a platform that you felt that you could. So, everyone, please share the love. Please reach out to Janet. If you have stories that you feel that you would like to share on any of her forums, I'm sure she would welcome them, correct? And
Absolutely, yes.
we're always looking for amazing people and stories of the heart and stories of overcoming. She is everywhere on social media. We will go ahead and post it. But the one thing I thought was really interesting, and I have it actually pinned right here, I'm looking at it, is your Instagram is strong_brave_powerful. I
Yes.
love that.
That came to me in a dream. I was thinking to myself, what is it that, because I've overcome so much, but what is it that who have I become, and how can I use something to, for people to look at to say, hey, you know what? I can be strong, I can be brave, and I can be powerful.
Absolutely. I've got some comments here that I want to share. We've got first of all, Lemuel, you just gotta love him. He looks forward to seeing you every day and the Facebook posts that you do. You know what? Thank you for sharing that, Lemuel. Thank you. Look at this, Kelly. I am so excited to share my story. Wow. I am,
Thank you,
just
Kelly.
yeah, people coming to you, and I love listening to other stories. God bless you all. Thank you so much for sharing that. We've got Pauline Crawford in the house. Crawford,
Hi, Polly.
yes, yes. Do you know Pauline?
No, I don't, but hello, sweetie.
Pauline is also a service hero, and it's just a few days shy of 30 days, and she's from England. You need to go back and listen to her day. I think she was day number 41, if I remember correctly. She speaks on magical conversation, and one of the greatest compliments she could give is this right here: magical conversations, for sure.
Awesome.
Thank you, Pauline. Thank you.
Thank you.
Isn't it the true love to you too and to Janet? Love makes the ripple of kindness. Absolutely. so lucky to know so many wonderful people. And now, Janet Zipper, I am so honored to now call you a service hero. You are
Thank you.
day number 70 of 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. You amplify, you are shining a light. Let's just put that. You are putting a spotlight on what service is all about. And in sharing your own story, I feel as though you are serving us, and hopefully you have felt served yourself, well served, because many times when we let those things out, I know for a fact that we feel as though we now even have that much more room to allow others in, and it's a perpetual circle. You know, that circle of life, as one of my favorite, shout out to one of my favorites that I don't get anything from, but would love to someday get an opportunity to meet. Elton John, love him, and the circle of life, love it so much. My grandmother used to say that, you know, what comes around goes around. What goes around comes around. And that 360 of life is so important for us to understand. So thank you
Well,
for being today. I could stay here forever and visit with you, and I think many others could too. We've got Tina Larson Hall.
Hi,
I love the fact that so many are sharing so many wonderful things. We've got Lemuel Beck, and yes, I agree.
Thank you, Lumia.
Love you guys. Absolutely. Okay, so as we end today, day number 70 of 365 Days of Awesome, celebrate success through service. Like I usually do, it's a Saturday today, guys. And Saturdays don't mean that everybody's off, but many of you are. And there's so many opportunities for us to serve others. And so I know it's later in the day for some, but that doesn't mean anything. Service can be everything from a text saying, hey, thinking about you. How you doing? Hugs and kisses, or, I'm thinking of you. It can be opening a door for someone. It can be giving a smile. It can be letting someone else serve you. And with everything that's happening out there, boy, oh boy, I think we have plenty of opportunities to serve. Wouldn't you agree, Janet?
Absolutely. Yes, I do.
Yes. So find yours. And I am so excited to close this day and to say thank you for your time. Thank you for the honor of sharing your story here. I will never forget the fact that you did, and my heart is just overwhelmed. So
Thank you. It's a pleasure, and I feel the same way. I'm so honored. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Well, I will be back tomorrow with day number 71, and go out and make it a service-filled day. All right. Bye.
Yes. Bye. Thank you.